Okay, this is part 2 of the Q&A. I'm going to try to go fast because there's a lot of questions and I'm going to try to get through them, so hopefully I explained them all really well. I was hoping to get this up last week, but I was actually really sick. I had a sinus infection, a double ear infection, and bronchitis, so that was miserable. So yeah, I didn't get anything done last week. Okay, let's just get into questions. How is Jonathan's incision healing, and will he have lasting effects from surgery? He actually only has 3 little teeny tiny incisions because they did it laparoscopically, and they've healed up great. I mean, you can hardly even see them. And lasting effects from surgery, not really. Some effects from having CDH, maybe, but not specifically from surgery. Will you do a house tour? Eventually I will. One of these days. Someone's fuzzy today. One of these days I will do a house tour. What do you eat in a day? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Usually for breakfast I have something like oatmeal or something like that. Lunch is either some sort of leftovers from dinner or a smoothie, and I don't really eat the same thing for lunch every day, so that kind of is different. And then dinner, that's kind of different too. I'll do a couple of videos of like my diet and stuff. I mean, in some of my daily vlogs it kind of showed it, but I'll do more videos on what I eat. Is mommyhood different than you expected? Is there anything you said you wouldn't do and did, or vice versa? It is a little different than I expected, and things that I have done that I said I wouldn't do. I said that he would never, ever, 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 ever be in the bed with us, and he doesn't sleep in our bed, but I have pulled him into bed before to snuggle for a little bit. What are you doing? Are you looking down? To snuggle, and he's fallen asleep before, and I said I was never going to do that, but it's really hard when they're so little and they're so snuggly, you know? You're so snuggly. What is Jonathan's status or progress? He's doing great. He is a completely breastfed baby now. No more bottles, no more tube. Well, I guess bottles if we would like go to church or something and put him in the nursery. But he's doing great. Health-wise, he's doing fantastic. We have another appointment with his surgeon on the 15th of this month to take an x-ray to see how his lungs are. And so I'll give a better update then, but he's doing great. How are you feeling? Me, how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I feel pretty much back to normal. I'm just trying to get my body back because I feel a little yuck still, just kind of like jiggly and wiggly in places I don't want to be jiggly and wiggly. So yeah, I'm just kind of working on that, but otherwise I've healed up great and I'm feeling good. How has your daily life changed since having him? I mean, it all revolves around him now. So literally it has done a complete 180, you know? It's all about feedings and then trying to keep up with the house and trying to get food done, and it's hectic, it's stressful, it's crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Huh, but no. Will you share his birth story with him? Absolutely. We have, for one thing, I'll probably show him some of the videos that I've put up. And also, when we were at the NICU, we kept a journal and we wrote in it every day. And we'll definitely share that with him as well. I haven't even gone back to look at it since we've been home because it's really emotional, and yeah. But eventually we will share his birth story with him. Do you want Jonathan to have a little brother or sister? I would like both, but ideally maybe another little brother. You and a little brother? Because, I mean, we had so many newborn clothes that he never wore, and I kind of want another boy so we could actually use all his clothes. You know? Is that weird? I don't know. But a little sister would be so awesome too. Do you do anything specific to get your teeth so white? Oh my gosh, what a compliment! Besides just brushing and flossing like everybody does, the only other thing I really do is when I drink any kind of dark drink, like if I would drink a dark soda, which I really don't drink soda ever, but if I did, or coffee or anything like that, I drink it with a straw, even if it's hot, like coffee, because I don't like it staining my teeth, so I put the straw behind my teeth when I drink it, so my teeth don't get as much of that dark drink on them. Does that make sense? But yeah, that's really all I do. Did you vlog him in the NICU? No. I mean, besides just the couple clips that you guys saw, and I think we have a couple more little clips, no. I I just really, I guess I didn't feel like it, or maybe I didn't really want to remember it. I'm not really sure, but I didn't really take too many videos while we were there. How quickly did Jonathan grow out of newborn clothes, and what size is he now? Now he's in 3-month clothes, and they're getting a little tight on him, but he's in 3-month, and he grew out of newborn. He was still wearing them when we got home for like a week or 2. So that would mean he was about 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. Any tips for new mommies to get their figures back? Obviously breastfeeding is a huge help, but I know not everybody can do that, so just watching your diet, because it's really hard when you're pregnant and you're used to eating a lot, and kind of, at least in my case, like I was just kind of like, well, I'm pregnant, I can eat these extra things. And it's hard to not do that anymore sometimes, so just watch what you eat and work out. I mean, just like you would in your daily life. What is your cleaning routine? I wish I had a cleaning routine. I really don't. I just kind of clean when I see that it's necessary. Or, I mean, I like things clean, so I'm constantly cleaning. Like, I like to sweep every day, I straighten up every day. And I like the kitchen to be cleaned every day because kitchens can get dirty so quickly. So, but otherwise I don't have like a set routine that I do this every day and this every day, this once a week. I don't have anything like that. What has been your favorite mom moment so far? My favorite mom moment was when we were in the NICU, and he wasn't paralyzed. I think he was coming out of the paralytic. But his eyes had been closed. We really hadn't seen him open his eyes except a few little times. And I was telling him I loved him, and he opened his eyes a little bit and smiled at me. And that was by far the best mom moment so far. What helped you become pregnant faster? I believe I have a whole video on what we did to get pregnant, the cycle we got pregnant with him. But the use of Geritol, which is a multivitamin with a lot of iron in it, a zinc supplement, and then we did use pre-seed, but I don't really remember how much, so maybe pre-seed as well. But yeah, all those things seem to help. How old were you when you met your husband? I was 18 when I met him. What age did you get married? I got married a month before my 21st birthday. I know, I was a baby. How long after marriage did you decide to start a family? A year and a half or 2 years? I think it was about 2 years after. Did the number of kids you want change after having Jonathan? Yes, I want more now than I initially did. I thought 3 would be my limit, and honestly now I'm like, let's have 10! Not really, I don't really want to have 10. But I would be open to having a lot of kids. Just, he's so wonderful, and it is stressful and it's hard, but I don't know, it's pretty amazing. Are you strictly breastfeeding? Do you supplement? Was it harder to latch because of the feeding tube? What helped him latch? We are strictly breastfeeding now, which is amazing. I haven't supplemented. Was it harder to latch because of the feeding tube? Yes, and still we use a nipple shield because it's easier for him. If I take the nipple shield off, he's so confused. He's like, what is this in my mouth? And he just like spits it out. So that's, we'll get there eventually. And then, so I would say that the nipple shield helped him latch. So if anybody's in a similar situation where their babies are used to bottles, I feel like it's an easier transition. I've noticed that your fingers are all the same length. Is that a family trait or condition? It's part of my condition, which is called multiple epiphyseal dysplasia. It stunts your growth plates, and so my hands and my feet are just short and stubby. What do you like best about being a new mommy? I just love having a little baby. I love having a son, and I love seeing him learn, and I love seeing his smiling face every morning when I talk to him. It's pretty incredible. Does Jonathan sleep well at night? He usually does. I mean, for the most part. The past couple nights, he's definitely going through a growth spurt right now, so he's been waking up a lot more to eat. But for the most part, he does sleep really well. And he wakes up about every 3 hours or so. Is CDH possible in your future children? I would imagine, because we've had a baby with CDH, our chances probably would go up, but they don't really know what causes it, so it's not like a genetic thing that they think. So Could it happen? Yes, but it's probably not super likely. Are you eating my hand? He's sucking on my hand. What did you go to college for? I started going to college for nursing, and then I realized that I really couldn't be on my feet as much as nurses are, so I switched to fine arts, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do photography or graphic design, so I did classes in both. And then when I came down here, because that was at Ohio University, and then when I came down here, the college I had to go to, the only one that would accept my credits, because I was on quarters up there and everything's semesters down here, they didn't have an art program, but all of the credits I had taken for nursing transferred, so I went into diagnostic sonography, but I really hated the school, so I didn't end up finishing because it's a really long story there, but it was awful. I'm still baking. I do still bake, but I haven't really done a lot lately because I'm a little busy right now. What is your favorite book? Or do you have a book that you would like to suggest? You know, I actually really do like to read. I have a really hard time finding books that I like, so if you guys want to suggest a book to me, that would be awesome because I really don't have any to suggest. I'm so picky on books, and I haven't even read a book for fun in probably 3 years, and that's awful. What is Jonathan's middle name? His middle name is Randall. What are you doing to lose baby weight? Workout, diets, goals, all of that. I'm really just trying to be careful about what I eat. I am working out, I'm going to the gym and working out. I'm also doing a lot of videos on Pop Sugar Fitness page on YouTube. They have a whole fitness thing, they're workout videos, and they're awesome, so I do a lot of that. And my goal, I don't have a weight goal or anything like that. More than anything, I just want to feel and look good. I want to look in the mirror and like what I see. I don't want to be jiggly, and I just want to be healthy. We took a little milk break, and then he fell asleep on me, so I guess it's just me for this part of the video. Did you do anything during your pregnancy to help hip pain? My hips didn't end up hurting that badly when I was pregnant. I had sciatic pain quite a bit, but there was really nothing I could do too much for that. So if my hips did hurt, I usually just took a warm bath or a really warm shower, and that seemed to help some. Stretches will help too, so I think you said that you are worried about hip pain. There's certain stretches you can do to help with that, and I think part of the reason my hips didn't hurt so bad when I was pregnant is because I was constantly working out and stretching everything in there, and I think that really did help. Have you ever had a miscarriage? Yes, I have had 2. Any advice on being a mommy of a boy? Enjoy every second of it, and always remember to flip their pee-pees down when you change their diapers so they don't pee up their stomachs. Will you be vlogging next TTC journey? Would you do anything differently? I would imagine I would be vlogging our next TTC journey, and would I do anything differently? I don't think so, because I liked how everything kind of worked out. Yeah, I think I'd pretty much do everything the same. Biggest adjustment for you and baby since being home? My biggest adjustment has just been learning how to balance being a mom to a baby that had a lot of needs at first, and still keeping a clean house and being a good wife and still taking time for myself. That balance is still really hard, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. And I think I don't know if I ever really will figure it all out, but just the balance is hard. And then for him, he seemed to adjust pretty well from the hospital to here. I think it was easy for him to come here. So he didn't really seem to have any challenges from the hospital to being home. Best advice for moms going to have a C-section. Ask for an abdominal girdle, binder, whatever. Hospitals do provide them, at least most of them do, if you ask for them. They don't usually just give them to you, you have to ask, so I would definitely get one because that helped so much afterwards. Just feel supportive because your abdominal muscles just don't work. So I mean, it's nice to have that extra support. Otherwise, just if you can have people help you out the first couple weeks because you are really sore, so have people help you if you can. Don't turn down help. Prepare meals ahead of time so you have them in your freezer. All that stuff really good things when you have a C-section. Best and worst part of having a baby in the NICU. I guess the worst part was feeling so helpless because at first we couldn't do anything for him, and that feeling of helplessness was awful. There's nothing that I could do to take the pain away. There was nothing I could do to make him better. All I could do was just be there, and even though that was a lot, it felt like I was doing nothing. So that was very, very hard. And obviously seeing them struggle and hurt, and that was awful. But the best part was you appreciate everything so much more because like even just him opening his eyes was such a big deal. And you know, people usually don't think anything of it when their baby opens their eyes or their baby's first cry. Besides, he did cry right away when he was born, but after that he couldn't cry because he had a ventilator, and his first cry was, you know, you really realize what's important, and you don't take the little things for granted. What part of Ohio are you from? I'm from Dublin, so it's right outside of Columbus, a little suburb outside of Columbus. Best and worst parts of being pregnant. I loved being pregnant. I truly, truly did. The worst part was the sickness, because I was sick for like the first 18 weeks. So that nausea and just sickness feeling was awful. The best part, one, getting to eat a lot of food because you're craving it, and that is a good excuse. Am I right? And just feeling him kick and move and all of that I thought was so incredible. And the hiccups, like, all of that was just so, so, so neat. So, yeah, those are the best and worst. What does your husband do with Jonathan that makes your heart melt? So James, if you guys have seen him in my vlogs, he's not in very many of them because he doesn't like being on camera, but he's a pretty serious guy. I mean, not always. He's a little bit more serious, like, I guess, than I am. And he's not just like so smiley all the time, because I literally think I smile like 99% of the day. I just sit and smile. People probably think that I'm weird, but that's okay. But when Jonathan smiles or does something at him and I see James just get this big smile on his face, it just, oh, it melts my heart. I'm dead. I can't handle it. It's the cutest thing ever and I love it. Will you get another dog? I'm sure that we will, because we are huge dog people. I don't know when though. I'm still a little traumatized from Alpha and everything that happened, and yeah, that was really hard. So we eventually will get another dog, I'm sure, especially once Lily goes back with her owners. But I don't know when yet. And then the last question, how often do you work out? I try to work out every day. Do I actually work out every day? Not always, but I would say at least 5 times a week, but I really do try to work out every single day. Alright guys, well that is the second part of my Q&A video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I was really excited to do this so you guys can get to know me a little bit better, because I know that there's a lot of new people watching my videos, so thank you for all your questions, and sorry these are so long, but yeah, whatever. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I'm thinking about you guys and I'm praying for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.